Welcome to Tiny Kitchen, Big Flavor. We are making the dough for empanadas today. Good morning, everyone. I'm bringing you in this morning. I'm getting ready to make my dough for pastelitos or meat patties, as they're called also. Back home, we call them pastelitos. I have here, and I'm making it with Kamut flour. I have here 2¼ cup of Kamut flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon or to a teaspoon of salt, and 2 eggs so far. To it, I'm going to add some either oil, butter, or lard. I haven't decided, but you can add any of those. And a little bit of water. I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to bring you in when I start to do that. Okay, guys, so I have added a half a stick of butter to this, and I'm going to add some warm water, and I'm going to mix it. And this is I'm just showing you how I make my dough for my pastelitos. And then you can fill it with whatever you want. And the purpose of me making this video is to show my grandson, because he loves this stuff. He's 12. But he said he was going to be making pastelitos, so that's why I'm doing this. I'm going to add some warm water from the tap water. And it's going to be, I'm going to start off with a cup of water, and then I'm going to, let me get a cup here. Okay, I'm going to start off with a cup of water, and then I'm going to play it by ear. I just want to show you. Okay, so it's warming up that if I keep my hands in there, I'll get burned. So, oops. You don't want to cook your eggs, so off you go. So you don't want it to be too hot, or else your eggs will be fully cooked. My butter is still, I cut it into little chunks, but I just want you to see how I do this, okay? And if I need more water, I'll add a little bit more. Your dough, it also depends on the temperature in the house, how humid it is out. All of those things play a part in how your dough comes out, okay? So I'm just working my dough. I'm working my dough. I'll bring you back if I add anything else. Right now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to work it, okay? And I'll bring you back. Okay, so this is how far I've gotten. As you can see, it's pretty sticky still. I got here 1/3 cup of flour that I'm going to be using just a little bit at a time. You might not use it all. This might be used for this and when I roll out my dough. You don't want your dough to be too dry, but you don't want it sticky either, okay? So you're just gonna have to work it and work it. Add a little bit more. Oh, that's a little bit too much, but that's okay, because I just want to get it to the point where it's not sticking to my hand as much. That's all that you're looking for. You can also do this in your electric mixer, like a KitchenAid. I have one, but I didn't want to pull it out right now. I'm going to be baking some bread later. So, okay, a little bit more. And you can see it's starting to come off my hands. And that's the point that I want. I want it to stop sticking to my hands. I'm probably going to remove it out of here. Put it on the counter. Add a little bit of flour to my counter, like so. See that? Like I said, this video is mainly for my grandson. That's why I decided to do it, because he wants to make this, and I have to show him how to make the dough. Because after you make the dough, they sell the dough already made, but I don't like it, to be honest. I prefer to make my own. It's tastier. You control what goes in it. You put a good quality flour. Like this one is Kamut flour, but you can see, you see how the dough is getting. It's so pliable now. And it's basically almost not sticking to my hand, which is what I want. And I want to do this. See that? That's what we want, where it's not sticky anymore. And then I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator and let it rest before I start forming my disc. Okay, so there you go. This is what we want. And this is the point where the dough is good, very good. Now you just like that, but you see that, see? It's perfect. I can work in and look at my hands, it's almost clean, see that? That's exactly what we want. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna let my dough rest for a little bit, and I'll bring you back. I'm gonna put it back in my bowl, and I'm just gonna let it rest in there. Cover it, put it in the fridge, rest for a little bit. Okay guys, so I decided to wrap it in cling-free paper and put it in the refrigerator till tomorrow. And I'll bring you back tomorrow so I can show you how I assemble this. Guys, I went ahead and divided the dough into little squares, as you can see. And then I'm getting ready to form my disc. And then I will put the disc onto my little, to the little mold. And this is going to create the perfect empanada. Okay, guys, so we're back. I want to explain something really quick. So I ended up leaving the dough in the fridge for a couple of days wrapped in plastic. And today is when I decided to actually assemble these. And I want to say that I really like it that way because the work on stretching it is minimal when your dough is cold. So, and all I've done is I took the dough and I cut it into 4 equal parts. And then I cut it like this, and I just take these. I go ahead, and you'll see in the pictures, I go ahead and make like discs with this. Put it in here, put my filling. And there you have it. And that's what I do. I will bring you back so I can show you guys. So you see, I have already done my disc. You want to rub a little bit of flour on it if it sticks to your rolling pin. And then all I'm going to do is place it here. I love this little guy. Like so. I have a little bit of meat left. This is meat that I had done. Taco meat I had done. Or chili meat. Whatever you want to call it. And since I had some left over, I just went ahead. That's why I made this actually. And I just want to show you. And then all you're going to do is take this side of it and flip it over like that and press really hard like so. And what it'll happen is, and then all you do is, you see how easy this comes off? It just, I'm trying to do it with one hand, so it is kind of hard. But you see that? And then you're left with this. Now, the reason you see that is because I did it too thin. So, I mean, just be mindful of that because you don't want it to break on you. And then your oil has to be hot, like this. These are the ones that I have already done. And I'm only doing this video to show my grandson how the dough is done. That's the only reason. These are for him, of course. Now, I ended up having some leftovers. And what you can do with these, you can fill with cheese and ham or whatever you want and make a couple more, up to you. But I just wanted to show you how I make them, okay? Now, I had already turned off my oil because it was really hot. And that's something that you want to keep in mind. Like you see this one, look at how dark it came out. That is because, excuse me, the oil was too hot. So you'll end up messing about with the temperature. All you're looking for, that's why you don't want the dough to be too thick or too thin. Because if it's too thick, then it doesn't cook all the way. So the other thing that you can do, you can certainly buy the disc already made. They sell them, Goya sells them. I don't like it myself. I prefer to make my dough myself. It's tastier to me. Let me move this over here like so, away from the heat. And this is it. The other thing that I want to mention, I'm sorry, The other thing I wanted to mention, when you take them out, fresh out of the oil, do not lay these on top of the other because it will flatten your other pasteles or empanadas, as they're called also. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you. This is for you, my papa. That's my grandson. There you have it, guys. All done. Thank you for watching. You can accompany these puppies with some homemade salsa. Or you can eat them like that as well. Buen appetit. Enjoy.